Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's video. As you remember, today is Monday and we are doing another live build here with you. So for today, I chose an interesting topic because of some features that were added into our GrooveFunnels system of tools. And today we will be using one of those integrations and actually building out a page around that one. So today, as you can see, we'll be building out a one-page lead generation website. This can be used as a landing page where you send people for your own business so that they actually do an action, they actually leave their details on there, and then they can contact you, or you can contact them after that one. So they will leave their details in regards to your business so that you can contact them after that with an offer and something like this one. The page I will be building out is for one niche only. However, the whole design and layout of the page can be done for any niche out there. So in case you're in hairdressing, in case you're in selling cakes, in case you are selling honey, or anything like that, you can actually have this page created for your own niche. I will be choosing a niche of travel and tourism, basically, and a travel agency, because this is something that was hurt a lot by this coronavirus crisis, and a lot of people that were in tourism, in hospitality, and things like this, and these businesses where they are actually making their money from tourists coming into their country. They had to be out of jobs for a couple of months now, and I have a lot of friends because I was a receptionist before jumping into this awesome team of Groove Digital. I was a receptionist for a couple of years, and all my colleagues and friends, they're out of work at this moment. So I decided to do something about travel and tourism and hospitality. So this is the niche I chose. More particularly is the niche of tour agency or travel agencies. So I want to help out to everybody, and this is why I'm showing how you can build out a page that will actually generate leads for the future in case this corona crisis is gone, so that you can stay on your feet and get your business up and running very quickly, even if you are not an online business. In case you're an offline business, you will be able to still use this one and then generate leads using this website that I will be showing you. So this is just a small intro, just a short introduction of what I will be showing you and why I chose this particular topic for today. But please let me know, in case you are watching and joining us on this live stream, let me know that you are watching and who you are and where are you coming from, where are you watching from, so I can personally welcome you here. And yeah, I'll just go and read through the comments to see who is live with us. Okay, so I have Leo Mendoza here saying, hey, David. I have a Facebook user saying, yes, true, big issue, correct. A question from Eric. David, where are you from? I am from Croatia myself, but I have worked in a couple of different countries like Germany and Ireland and Thailand and, of course, Croatia. And this niche is because I am familiar with this industry of travel and tourism and hospitality, and I want to just give back to them. Awesome. I have Dev Patel saying, hello, David. I have here Susan. Hi, David, watching from the Philippines. Awesome. I have a Facebook user saying, watching from Kentucky. So if I read your comments and your name comes up as a Facebook user, please head over to streamyard.com/Facebook. This will actually let me see your details, and you will not be just a Facebook user. I will be actually be able to see your name and your profile image, so that we can contact and communicate with each other while I'm doing these live streams. So I have Udoba saying, hi, everyone, I'm from Algeria. I have Feb here from the Philippines. Awesome. Good to have you here. Holly Barnes from Arkansas. Awesome. I have Daniel from Iowa. He's watching us on YouTube. So guys, in case you don't want to, or for some reason the streamyard.com/Facebook is still not allowing you to actually approve it, you can jump over to YouTube, just search for Groove Digital YouTube channel, and then you will be able to see the live stream that is going on at this moment. In case you're watching a replay, then you can still watch it on both platforms. We will have a replay, so in case you see somebody asking later on, you can freely reply to them. There will be a replay as soon as this live stream is ended. So these live stream will stay on YouTube and Facebook for everybody to watch the replay after that. So in case you saw somebody in the comments, oh, David, will there be a replay? There's no need to wait for my answer. You can answer them freely. There will be a replay. Okay. Okay, let me just see. I have Adam here. How do I find live on Facebook? Just head into the Facebook group and you will find the video will be most probably on top because we have a couple of people commenting. So the video will be jumping towards the top of the page. I have Arno here. Hi, David. Greetings from Austria. Austria, very good. So you're on the same time zone as me. Awesome. I have a Facebook user saying, hi, David. So please, in case this is you, head over to streamyard.com/Facebook. In case you're watching us from Facebook, you would just need to approve StreamYard to access your name and your profile image so that I can see you while I'm doing these live streams. I have Showkat here from Saudi Arabia. Hi there. It's good to have you here. Let's see. Christine is in the house. Hello, Missouri is in the house. Awesome. Hi, David Lemon, watching from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Bowling Green, sorry. I have Kisha Fox here saying good morning. This is great. I have so many friends in that industry. Yeah. So, hi, I love GrooveFunnels. Yeah, it's great. Yo, from Chicago, Michael saying, awesome, good to have you here, Michael. By the way, Michael, you received an invitation to another group from Groove, so you may want to check that out. I don't know if you saw it earlier, but yes, you are a part of something awesome. Good day, David from South Australia. Oh my God, Roger, you're still watching us. It's 1:30 a.m. God, very good. That is persistent and that is commitment. So very good. Thank you very much for that. Awesome. Adam says, found it. I have been looking forward to this. Awesome. Monica says, Viber, hello, David. Monique saying hello from Houston. I have another Facebook user. Show us the easy way to use this tool, please. Thanks. So Monique, what I will be showing you today, this is not where I recommend you to start. If you are actually starting out, I would suggest you to head over to the Facebook group and then come over to the, basically when you are in the Facebook group itself, the best way is to start with live demos over here. When you click on the live demos, you can search through the different videos I created on different topics. So if you want to make money through your designs, you can watch a video on this one. In case you want to start building out giveaway contest page, you can start here. However, I do suggest you to do the video. Actually, this video I know is on YouTube, and I will find it quicker because the search function is better on YouTube than in the Facebook group. And this was the video of simplest funnel Groove. Okay. The simplest affiliate funnel ever with a delayed button using GroovePages. So this is where I suggest you to start creating a simplest affiliate funnel with a delayed button in GroovePages. This is a 1-hour video, but this funnel that I showed here can be created, I mean, by somebody that tried it out already in just 15-20 minutes max. So I suggest you to get into this video and actually try experimenting with this software. It is pretty simple to use, but in case you want to just start with building out your complete business immediately, you will get overwhelmed. You will start posting that it is frustrating. So don't start with the biggest task you can choose. Start with small tasks and then go through these over here. There is loads of videos you can choose from. And this is where I actually suggest you to start. Just go through these, learn first, and then you can actually start doing the sites for your own business. I don't suggest you to build out your complete business immediately as soon as you joined it. So start somewhere small. Awesome. Richard Wood is here, watching from the UK. Fabian Gustavo, listening to you in the background, brother. Awesome, good to have you here. May I come in, sir? Yes, you may come in. This is available for everybody, so there is no need for an invitation. You can just join. Nicole, testing to see my profile works now. I went to StreamYard. Awesome. Nicole, I can see your details now. Thank you very much for approving it. I have Fernandez from India, and yeah, Monique saying thanks, thank you. We'll go to that video. Awesome. Monique, in case you want to watch with what we have today, you are welcome to stay. You will learn a lot. I'm pretty sure about this one, but this is not where I would recommend you to start. So I will show you what we will be building out today. Today we will be building out a travel site as like this one. So please let me know in case you like it, in case you don't like it. This would be the first interaction I'm asking for you. Just let me know what you think about this page. So we will have a header over here. This is a cover section over here with some information, and then a form immediately, because we are generating leads. We need to give them immediate action so that they can take and put in their details to make an appointment or book an adventure or something like this. James, I can see you now. Yes. So this is it. Then we have our contact details, basically the opening hours, phone number, email, and our location. Then a little bit more about our services over here. Then I would mention our staff members. So this site is actually just a one-page site, and in case you would click somewhere, it would scroll to a different sections of the page. For example, services or testimonials. I'm in the preview mode, so it is not linking into anything, but I have connected these to scroll down on a different section of the page. I actually decided that I will be doing my videos like this because while I am talking on the beginning, I think a couple of people, I will not mention names, but they like to go out there immediately and just steal this one. So I don't want them to steal this one. I want them to watch the video first, and then in case there are some gifts at the end, then you can get the gifts. But I don't want immediately for people to go in there and then saying, oh, your site is not doing this, is that, and it's like just commenting while I'm actually teaching how to build out the page. So from now on, I'll be working with a preview mode. So yeah, clients testimonials is very important when you have something like this where you're generating leads automatically. You put up a page online and you want people to see what others think about your business. So client testimonials is very important about that. Why choose us? You give them features and benefits, what you do differently than other businesses, why you excel, and why they should choose you and not somebody else that they may found on Google or may have heard from their friends. Okay, so then another section with a call to action button. We have a nice parallax effect image over here, and then another contact us, and then how to find us. This is an actual embedded Google Maps form, so you can do this one inside GroovePages. So this is pretty cool. Another thing, this section over here with some people do it in the footer, but I wanted to show you that it doesn't have to be in the footer. So these useful links are cookies policy affiliate in terms of conditions. You can also place it in a place like this one, where you actually mention your social media contact details, again, your contact details for email, telephone, and things like this. And then you don't have to put all the time your details, your legal pages into the footer. You can also display them easily like this one, and just a copyright text at the bottom. So it is looking pretty simple. This page can be done in just a couple of hours. But before I get into it, I will just jump into the comments quickly, just see if there is anything particular for this one. I'm a complete beginner on websites. Will I be able to follow? Yes, my trainings and live streams are done so that everybody can follow. I'm doing it, I'm explaining, even though people have been watching me from the beginning, some of the people just join in, and I want everybody to have the same experience as I was teaching on the beginning and then now. So I'm talking like I am teaching a complete beginners all the time. So I think I am good in explaining it to the beginners as well. Linda is saying, hi, David. So Good to see the capabilities of the system. Never too early to take good organized notes to reference when you're ready to implement these teachings. Exactly. So even if you don't want to build a site like this one, just watch it through so that you are familiar with what you can do. This is what I usually do when I go to a new city or a new town or a new shop, even a new shopping center. I go in there and just explore what there is, even though if I don't buy anything or if I don't want to sit down in a cafe or restaurant, I just want to explore everything so that I know my options, so I can go and just choose the best ones later on. So this is what I suggest you to do. Even if you're not going to use it, just watch it through and then you will be able to use it in later on. Ellen is here. Jim is saying a little late, but great to be here. We didn't start yet, Jimmy, so you are right on time. James, it's an amazing system. Correct. Yeah, so I was actually building out this website and it took me a long time. And this is for one reason only. And this you already probably seen. So I will just jump in and show you. So here in the Facebook group, it was published yesterday. I think yesterday, actually not yesterday, 3 days ago by my time zone. Official GrooveFunnels software update. Hello Groove. We will be doing major rollouts and massive updates and all kinds of stuff. So we actually did a complete update of the background of the backend code of the system, and then at this moment we are experiencing a couple of bugs, and this is the only reason why it took a bit of time for me to build it out. Once you are changing the whole backend code of the software, it can get a bit tricky because some of the details may not work as they were before. So I will be showing you how to build out a page, but if we see a bug, this is good, guys, because better stuff is coming. We had to change the backend code so that we have better integration with other apps that are coming into the GrooveFunnels suite of tools, and also to have all these new features that will be coming into GroovePages, also to GrooveSell. So in case you didn't see this post yet from Mike, I highly suggest you to go there into the Facebook group. This is basically the pinned post. So in case you just jump into the Facebook group, just click over here, the see more button, and you will be able to watch through everything that will be coming, it says, over the next 60 days. So this is why our build could experience some bugs, but don't worry about this. When we see a bug, I just become very excited about what is coming. So don't get frustrated, just test this software out. Once GroovePages leaves the beta system, it should be up and running and you can actually start cranking out websites without any issues. But for now, let's just play around with it as it is now, and in case we experience some bugs, just please don't get frustrated. This is what I wanted to mention. So as you remember, we will be building out this page. I will be going step by step. First, we will pull in our blocks. So basically our header, this content over here, then another block over here, then this section here, this is another block and another block. So we will just assemble our page with ready-made blocks or empty blocks, and then we'll put them together like Legos, and then we'll jump in there and design. So I want my text to be in this font, in this color, move this away from that, and basically we're done. So even if I don't manage to finish the whole thing, you will have a very good guide on how to go out there and actually do it for yourself on your side. But that's enough talk. I think we would need to jump in now. So I'll just pull this one over here so I can reference it while I'm building, and we will just start with an empty canvas over here. The first thing we will need to use is just a navigation bar. So you can use it from the design blocks, but I always suggest you to use it from the wireframe blocks. Sometimes the design blocks have some colors and things like this that you are having difficulties to change, but once you are using something like this, some wireframe blocks, then you will not have any issues like that. So this is the first thing that I needed, a navigation. The next thing is I will be pulling in a 2-column layout. Let me just come over here and show you. So this is one block, but it has two columns. So this is one column over here, and then the next column will be having our form on it. And also I will show you later on how to pull in these icons for your forms. It is pretty simple, but it is not an inbuilt feature of GroovePages. So let me just continue with the build. What we need on this side is some header. So you come over here to the Elements tab, and then you pull in some text element. I will choose heading 1. Okay, then the next thing I will need is heading 3. This will be my subheading, and then different icons. What I was using on that page is icon list item. So when I pull it in here, it looks like this. Okay, I will try to do 3 of these icon list items on my page, but for now I will just leave 1, and then once I designed it, I can just easily duplicate it, and then the job will be done. The other side will have our form, and to have a form done, we will be putting in our heading. So this will be heading 2, heading 4 for the subheading of the form section. And now this is where I want you to pay attention. In case you're designing your own custom forms, in case you're not using pre-made blocks, then you would need to first pull in an empty form. Okay, the empty form is this purple box that you will see, and into here now you will actually put up your input fields, your buttons, and things like this. So I need one for my name. So here I will be asking people to actually type in their name. So your name, that. I can duplicate this one. This will be for your email, or we can type in email address, that. And then another one for, or actually not this one, we'll just delete this, and then we will come into the elements, and the last one, we want them to leave a message. So the message has another one. It's not input field, but text area. This is inside the form section. So we take the text area, and we need to just juggle it a bit to try to place it between these two first, and then we'll just pull this one up. This is just a glitch with this drag and drop system. So you need to make sure that it is inside the form. So once we click on this one, we need to make sure that the text area is in a container that is in our form container. So once you actually click on the form container, you have to have your name, your email address, and then this message area. So all 3 of these need to be inside the form container. Okay, so we have that done. Then the next thing will be to place in a button inside this form container. And I need to mention there is 2 types of buttons. One is a solid button. It is not something that you will use for forms. This is in case you want to send people to click on a button and then to go to a different page or to go somewhere else. In case you want to link in something, you use this button. In case you want to submit form button, this is a different button over here, which is a submit button. Okay, so you pull this one in, also place it somewhere inside your form container. So just to check, we need to click on it, and then we can see that the form container is below it. So the button is in the container that is inside the form container. So this is what we need to have. So inside the form container, inside this green outline, we need to have a name, email address, message over here. Let's just type in here your message, and then submit button. This is it, guys. Then the last thing I want is I just want to add on some text here at the bottom, like this, and then I will just pull it here below everything like that. This will be actually saying the part where no credit card, no commitment needed. So as you can see, our site is looking pretty blank and pretty ugly, but we pulled in everything that we need for here, and here. So these two blocks, so the header block and the first first cover block is done. The next thing we will be designing is this green block over here, which is a pretty simple empty container with some icon elements. Let me see if there are any questions for now. I forgot to mention, but in case you have any questions, please head over, or in case you're typing it into the comments, please use Q dash and then ask your question. All right, or question dash and then ask your question. This will let me know that this question was meant for me, that I can scroll quickly through the comment section and then see what the questions are. For example, when Kisha is asking over here, is there any way that the form on your page could actually be the form used on the affiliate link page? No, because we don't want people to put their own content with our affiliate form. They can promise different things that we will not be giving out, and then this could get us as a company in trouble. So in case you want to put in on your site the registration form that is on the groovefunnels.com or groovesell.com, it is not possible, because we don't want other people to overpromise. This could be used against us from our competitors. They create a page where they say, we will give you a Ferrari when you sign up, and actually there is a sign up form. So if they sign up, we can get angry people complaining about, why am I not getting my Ferrari? So this is a reason why we don't give out access to that one, but it's a good question, Kisha. Thank you very much for that. Good. How do we place a picture? You will see it later on, Monique. I will mention it later. Awesome. So we will be building out the next part, which, as mentioned, is this green part over here. So this is just an empty container, and then using a different trick, I will show you what I need to do. So once you click on the blocks section over here, wireframes, and then just an empty block. This one where it says empty container, we just pull it here on our canvas and just place it below everything. So now we have an empty container over here. And now the first thing I want to do is just to make the layout over here, or actually here in the middle, and this one in the middle. So we need to click on the container, and then in layout, click the second one from the left and the second one from the left here in the secondary option. And now the display, we change to inline flex, which will actually do the thing that once you pull in an element, it goes here on the top. Then you pull in another element, that it goes below it. And then this is how you usually stack on the elements. However, when you pull in an element and you mentioned the container needs to use an inline flex, this will be inline. So once you pull in an element, it will be placed over here, then the next element will be placed next to it, and the next to it, and the next to it, and things like this. So it will not be stacking it up on top of each other. It will be putting it next to it. And this is something that is very useful when you're designing pages like these. So the next thing is I want the sizing to be 100%. So now I have our container is touching each of the borders of the page as here. So we will make sure that we have a full width page. Okay. So now I will click on the block over here, and we need to make sure that we are in the block. So we click this one. So it says here block. And now in the background, I will choose a color. I will use the same ugly color that I was using because I wanted to show you that even with very, very bright and ugly color, in case you follow the design principles, using the same colors, using the same fonts, using a same type of spacing, you can actually design different colors. My first intention was not to design using this color, but this is the ugliest green that I've ever seen. But even with this one, you can design pretty simple and pretty nice looking websites, and this was why I choose this color. Actually, let me choose this red. I want to use this red, and then just to have a difference between the two ugly colors. So this is very bright, and in case you have your own brand colors, I recommend you to use those. This is just for the demonstration purposes. So what I want to use over here is an icon, heading, and subheading. And we have an element already designed like this one. And this is an icon, title, and paragraph element over here. So once you pull this one in here, it looks pretty similar, except that it has a lot of text. So let me just delete most of the text that we will not need from here. And then we have a nice looking element that looks very similar. So I will click on the icon. Here in the upper right hand side corner, we have the configure button. Once you click the configure button, you can actually choose the icons you want. You can scroll and choose using this method, or you can just select this text, delete, and then search for an element that you're looking for. For example, I'm looking for a clock. Okay, and I just type in CLO and I can click on the clock. This is the icon that I want to use, and I will just use white color over here like that and just click update. Okay, so now you see we have a clock that is white color, and then it has been pushed, it has been updated on the page here. The next thing I want to do is actually copy in this text, opening hours. You can just type in this text on your side, opening hours. And now we will be editing our text later on, but as I said, I just want to pull in all our blocks first, and then we will do that later on. So just copy this part of the text as well, and then duplicate it like that. But once you choose the whole element like this, you can just duplicate it. And as we set up the layout to be inline flex, if we duplicate it, it will not be stacking it up below each other. It will be just putting it next to each other. And this is how you can achieve a very interesting look as I have here. The next thing I want to work with is this block over here. And it is pretty simple because we already have pre-made blocks for that. So once I click on the blocks section over here, wireframes, and then we can see, I think this is a feature. So we have features already with some text on top and some icons. So I will just drop this one in. And there is another one, another pre-made block that has images in here. However, it is very hard to put heading text above it. So this is why I use this one, and I will just place an image instead of an icon over here. So this is the block I will be using. The next thing I want to do is just pull in another heading from here. So I just duplicated this heading, and at this moment, the only possibility to drag something is once you exit from that right hand sidebar. So if I come over here, I want to just pull this one. I click on this, and I want to pull it below my headline right over here. You see, now it doesn't give us an option. This is just a bug. It will be fixed. But if you exit out, you can see this handle, and then you can work with it. Once I put this in the middle, it will be looking good. What I'm trying to achieve is headline, subheadline, and then these feature elements that will have an image, headline, and text, and subtext, paragraph text. So instead of an icon, we need an image. Then we will have a headline, and then we will have the text over here. So the only thing I need to pull in is just an image. I will click on the Elements tab over here, and then find in the Media section, I have an image. You can use rounded images, or you can use just normal images from here. I'll just pull it inside here, and then the icon element I can delete. I don't need it anymore. Okay, I will delete these ones as well, like that. And then I will just duplicate it 2 times. And as you remember, because of this this bug, only when we exit the right hand sidebar we can drag over the elements. This will be fixed, as I already mentioned. This is just a temporary bug due to the big updates that we will be pushing out. So now I actually have that layout, so I can continue to the next part over here. So this part is actually pretty simple. It is very similar to the first one. So heading, subheading, some icons over here, and then the next column has a form over here, and we will just be placing an image. Pretty simple. You can also use pre-made blocks for that one. And I think we have a pre-made block for that, which is in the call to actions, if I'm correct. Yes, so this is actually the one that I was using. So we can just pull this one in here. So as you see, we have heading, subheading, some icon elements, and then a button. So over here we have heading, subheading, or text. We need icon elements below it, and then we will leave the button. So the last thing we just need to pull in for this block is the icon list items. So once you are here in the list section, just pull in an icon list item just below the paragraph text and above the button. If it doesn't work, then you can just select this paragraph text and pull it up, and then our icon list item will be over here. I will just place in one, then I will design this one and then duplicate it so it will be easier to manage later on. And then here we will be placing in our image. So this is also finished. Let me see if there are anything that I need to answer, any questions. Matt is saying, I use a third-party company for booking. Is it possible to pull the HTML code in a container instead of creating our own form? Many thanks. Yes, Matt, you can. You would just basically need to click on the elements. Here at the bottom, you have a code embed. You would just pull this into a container, and then you embed your code. It is pretty simple. I did something similar in a video where I embedded the GrooveCell checkout form, which was basically a page, and on the side, for example, here I embedded a checkout form, and this is the similar thing that you can do with your own company in case you have a third-party form that you want to implement. Do we have stats so I can see when somebody has visited my page? You need to use Google Analytics for that one. Later on, we will probably have stats. And also, if you saw, I just close it out. But we have plans to push out an app also, which will be used for seeing if somebody purchased, seeing if you got any leads, maybe some analytics also on that one. So there will be actual mobile app later on developed for tracking the activities on your pages and funnels. So this is also coming, but for now you would need to use Google Analytics. I also have a video on this one in case you search in the Facebook group or on YouTube, Google Analytics on GroovePages, you will find the video. Awesome. So the next part is client testimonials. So this is also a pre-made block which I just pulled in the block section. Again, wireframes, and then here at the bottom there is a testimonials section. You can see which one you like. The one I used was this one over here. Leo is saying yes, the app. That will be so cool and helpful. Awesome. And please, as Christine and Eldon are saying, make it easy for me, guys, please, in case you have a question for myself, in case you want to ask something from me, not from other users, please use Q dash and then ask your question. Also, Eldon is saying, please remember to put, when submitting question, this is allowing me to actually scroll through and actually see if there are any questions needed to be answered. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm trying to achieve a white background and then some icons here of stars. And this is pretty simple. We already have some icons over here. I can just click on it, configure, and then look for a star like that. The color of it, I will choose this color and then just edit it, look for a bit orangey type of color, and then basically that is it. I can close it out and update. And then as you can see here, now we have a star. I will just duplicate it a couple of times and delete these ones. And this is how I can pretty simply create these stars. We will place in our text over here. I will be placing in some profile images from the inbuilt image gallery, but I will design this one later on. Let's just pull in the blocks first, and then we can design it how it needs to look like. So these are the client testimonials. Now the why choose us. This is also a pre-made block inside GroovePages. So just click over here to the blocks, wireframes, features, and then one of these, I think this is the last one I was using again for the why choose us part. It has a headline, so we can easily just place in a sub headline, something like this one below it, and then exit this out so we can pull this one over here. Pum, pum, pum. Just above it, and then we will move this one away like that. Okay, so this is the feature. I will be filling in these, and then it is pretty simple to just duplicate it. For example, once I design these 3, I can just click the duplicate, and now I have actually 6. So this is what I did over here. I designed these first 3, and then I just clicked the duplicate button, changed over the text, changed over the icons, and I'm done. This part over here is very simple. We also have a pre-made block. We don't have to design everything from scratch. So in the blocks, wireframes, I think this is a call to action. So call to action over here. And then this is the one with 2 buttons. Let me just quickly see if I am completely correct. Yes. Like that. So the second one with the two buttons, this is what I was using in here. So you can see it's pretty simple. A heading, some text below it, and just 2 buttons. That's it. Now the fun part starts here. Here we need to have a custom block. You can also select some of these contact pages. So blocks, wireframes, we have contact. You have different contact pages. For example, this one would be looking very nice with the design that we want to do, but I want to show you how you can achieve something custom. This one is pretty similar to the one that we want to use, but it is very long, so it is very tall, and I didn't want to use it or any of these. I wanted to actually create my own. So I will close this and then come into the empty section, pull in a 2-column layout like this. So in one of the containers we'll be putting in our form, the other one will be having our Google Maps. And this is what it looks like. So we will have a heading, a form, and heading Google Maps. So let's just pull in those elements. The first thing I need is a heading, so I'll just use a heading 3, and then another one over here. And then the next thing I want to do is put in our form. I already designed this form, and I don't want to again do the whole thing from the scratch, so I'll just duplicate it. And as you remember, at this time we just need to exit the sidebar so that we can pull it in. So I will be just placing it in here like that. Padam! Finito. The last thing is we need to just duplicate one of these fields. I have company name, email address, phone number. Okay, so we need to create a phone number field, and I will just click on this one, duplicate it, and then just change it to phone number like that. You can actually ask any details over here: name, last name, email, phone number, different forms, different questions you can ask over here. This can be all collected to your email address. Pum, pum, pum. Richard is asking, can we create rotating testimonials? We cannot create rotating testimonials at this point. We have we have an element which is over here, carousel element. At this point it is a bit buggy and it only holds images. There will be an update coming on this carousel element where it will be able to hold testimonials and text and icons and other elements. At this point it only holds images, but it is not fully functioning because of this update, and then even previously it had a couple of bugs. So this is going to be fixed and then you will be able to use it. Okay, let me just go on and continue building out my page. In case you have questions, please put a Q in front of it and then I can actually see it and pretty quickly answer it for you. So in the Elements tab, we have a Google Maps element under the Other tab. Okay, so it's almost at the bottom of the page. Once we scroll down, Google Maps, and then we will pull this one in. I'll just leave it. We will customize it later on. The last two blocks that we need is just a very simple block, very similar to this one. So we will use a pre-made block for that, wireframes, features, and then just over here, this one. Just come over here below, please. Thank you very much. Like that. And then the last element, the last block will be just an empty block with a paragraph text on it. So we will come over here to the empty, choose the empty container, the first one, drop it on our canvas, and then click on a container, layout, vertical, center. Okay, this is what you need to click, center. And now when we place our paragraph text over here at the bottom, it will be actually be centered. So I don't need so much text. I will just delete it and leave this first part in. And then also I want it to be in the middle, not on the top, but in the middle. So I will click also this one. So in the layout, vertical, center, and then center also in the middle of the page. That is basically it. So we put in all the blocks that we need to use for a site that looks like this one. It is pretty simple. Most of these blocks are already pre-made and available inside GroovePages, but now we can actually go in there and style it. So until now, please ask your questions in case you have anything that you are struggling with. In case you have anything that you didn't understand, please ask them in the questions now. I will answer a couple of those questions before I move into the styling of the page. Also, in case you don't have questions, just please let me know if this is simple enough. Would you be able to just pull in these elements and the blocks to your page in case you're designing something like this one? I'm very interested to hear. If you are struggling with something to understand, please ask it. In case you think this is simple enough, just mention it that, oh, it's pretty nice or something like this. I want to hear the feedback from you. Okay, so I have a question from Tony. Is the form with a message field using the form embed code from the other form provider? Is there any way to receive messages without using an autoresponder service? For example, WordPress site. Okay, again, this question. WordPress sites have a built-in mail feature. Yes. Tony, WordPress is actually running on a hosting which is running on a server that has email SMTP servers included. SMTP servers are used to send and receive emails. Inside GroovePages, we don't have these servers inbuilt. We will have our email service, which will be GrooveMail, and GrooveMail will be used for sending and receiving emails. It will not be your email inbox, which you can also set up on WordPress. It will be an autoresponder, but it will serve the purpose of sending and receiving emails related to these kind of queries from forms. So WordPress has it all already built in. It is not actually built into WordPress. It is built into the server in the cPanel. So in case you look the features of WordPress itself alone, it is not a very powerful system. To be able to build sites, you need to install plugins like Elementor or things like this. Even this page builder that they have is pretty basic with these Gutenberg blocks. So our page builder that you're seeing now is actually basic, but it's more powerful already than WordPress. WordPress is powerful because they have their own app store, but we will have our own app store as well, which you can see over here. We will be releasing our SDK, which is the app developers. We will have our own app store inside GrooveFunnels. In case somebody wants to design apps for GrooveMail, in case somebody wants to design apps for GroovePages, in case somebody wants to design anything else, we will have that one as well. So we already have a stronger platform than WordPress, and we will have a stronger, basically we'll have also an app store which will build on these basic features. Is there a validation to ensure information we want in the fields actually gets entered? Yes, I will be setting them up now. I will show you in a moment. Question from Monique: how do we attach our email provider? How do we put in a position picture? I was stuck on that this weekend. I will be actually placing the images at this moment. In case you want to learn to create your own sites from scratch, from basically pulling an empty container and then designing your images, in case you don't want to use pre-made blocks like this one, I created a video on image styling. So please head over to the Facebook group or to YouTube, type in image styling on GroovePages, and then you will be able to learn that one. As a programmer, I have always disliked WordPress plugin. Yeah, so we will have already a stronger platform with many more built-in features as WordPress, and we will not have to install it on our hosting. We will not have to pay for our hosting. It will be much simpler for the people that actually want to, they know what they want to create, their website, their funnel, and they don't have to actually install all these apps and plugins and servers and all this kind of stuff. Even domains you'll be able to get from GroovePages itself, so it will be easier to work with. Kimberly saying, oh, now I want to build some apps, David. Actually, in case you're familiar with Shopify and WordPress, then you know what kind of apps could be built. So in case you're a developer, or you know some people that are the developers, and you have some app that you said, oh, this is something that would sell a lot, get some developers on and build this software out as soon as the SDK is out. SDK stands for software development kit, or basically a kit for developing these apps and plugins. But yeah, once this comes out, it will be very, very interesting. Aside from well-known email providers, do you know any that would be good as starter service with which to connect? I will actually show you the easiest and simplest way to do this one at this moment, and this will be coming now soon. So these were the questions that I think I answered all. Yeah, I think I answered all of them, but let's just go and actually design. So we are now going to be designing our header, our colors, or fonts, or styling like spacing and things like this. So I created this simple logo in Crello, I think it's a call. It's something like Canva. You basically drag and drop images and then text. So this was created there, and then I will just replace the logo over here. So once I click on an image, I click the configure button, choose an image, and then I will just choose the logo that I designed. It's pretty simple. Once you export it from a software like Canva or something, it comes out pretty big, but you have this button. Once you click this button, you can actually crop the image to the size that you want, so you don't have to take the image from Canva, put it into a resizing software or something. You can actually do this one inside GroovePages. So I choose my logo, I click update, and I want it to be a bit bigger. So once I am on my image, I will come over here to the sizing, and here you can see it's set up to be 10 rem. I want it to be a bit bigger, so I'll just set up on 20 rem, and you saw the image immediately popped a bit bigger. It is now bigger on our site. The navigation I will be setting up later on once I designed everything, but the button is something that we can work with immediately. So I want it to be book now. Okay, so we click on the button itself, click the configure, and here we can decide what it needs to say. So I want it to say book now. Okay, update. It immediately updated. And now to design, I want my text to be in Poppins. Last time somebody said, "Oh, you hooked me on this Poppins. Now I'm designing all my sites in Poppins." I really like how this font looks like, so this is why I'm using it. So in the text, I will choose normal weight of the font, and I want it to be this lovely red. Okay. This was the text. So I was now editing the font and the color of the text. I will now head over to the background, and I don't want to have any background. I want it actually to be transparent. Once I click here, this should change, but it is not changing, but there is a way around it. Once you click on a color, let's say on a black color or a white color, any color, you can just pull in this transparency and actually make the button transparent. This is just a workaround. Once you click on that X, it should get rid of the color, but as this bug is happening, it is not actually getting rid of it. So that is for our background. Now we want to edit the borders. We want to make some borders as visible over here. Here we have a green border, and I want to design a red border. So I click on the borders tab. I will click this first button over here, which will ask me what thickness of the border I want. I will tell him, okay, I want 2 pixels of the border, and here I will choose the color. So now if I click out of this one, you can see now we set up a border around the button. And the last thing I want to do is actually inside the borders tab, I want to round it. So using this lever over here, I will just pull it towards the middle, 0.35, and then this will make it round. As you see now, the corners are rounded. And then the spacing. So once I click on the button, I see that there is some padding inside of the button. The padding is actually the one that is saying, okay, so the border needs to be immediately after the text or leave some space between the text and the border. So this is the padding inside. I will show you now once I move it around. You can see that this is moving. This is the actual padding inside the button. So I will leave it on 0.5. These were the top and bottom paddings. And now on the side paddings, I want it to be a bit smaller, to look something like this. And then the text size, maybe increase it a bit to 1 rem. Okay, I love how this looks like. It is pretty similar to the one that we have. Now we have a pretty good looking button. So I will just make sure that our whole background section of this part is white. So I clicked outside. I will click up to go up to the block section. Now you see I'm in the block. I'm editing the block over here. In the background, I will set it up to be white color. It is actually not changing for some reason. So let me see if I can set it up like this way. It's actually not changing the color of it. So let me see if this could be okay. So it was actually set up in the block. It was set up on the container. Now the next thing I want to just change is this one over here. Below the navigation bar, navigation menu, we have a different background color. I'll just set this up to be white as well. And now actually we have a pretty nice looking heading or a navigation bar which has white background. This text I also want to be in Poppins, and I will leave it as it is. So the first block is done. I will be putting in all the navigation menu items like services, testimonial, wires, and contact later on, once we edit them. Let me just jump into the questions. And again, Kimberly is asking, when is the SDK being released? It will be released very soon. There was a post on Facebook from Mike about this one. It will be coming later on this year. I don't think it will be launched now in this July 15th rollout launch. It will be coming out later on. The information in the contact form page can go where? If I have a Gmail and domain email, am I able to send info to them? I will actually go through this one, Jimmy, now. Question, need help towards DNS verification? Okay, so Amazon Marketplace or whatever your name is, please don't share your link like this one. This is a question for support, or message me privately, but please don't share your links like this one. This could get you into some trouble. We don't want you to be in trouble, so just please contact support or message me directly on Facebook. Richard Wood, do you support SVG files, the SVG images? At this point, we don't. Okay. David, when we will be able to upload our own fonts on Google Fonts? I don't have info on that one, but the update that Mike wrote out is not everything that is coming out. We'll have a lot of more smaller updates, so could be that this is one of those. I didn't see the whole launch. This like a 40 pages long list of things that will be updated, but I don't know if this is one of those. Can the header navigation be transparent and overlay hero image? Yes, it can. I actually showed this one in one of the previous builds, but for the navigation to be transparent, I will just quickly show you here. I don't want to waste a lot of time. So what I would do is I would just pull in an empty container. Let's say that this would be my my content over here, and you wouldn't pull in a navigation bar from the blocks section. You would pull it in from the elements section. Here at the bottom you have navigation bars, which are actual elements, so you don't have to have separate blocks for this one. You can make a background image over here with your header and image and a video and buttons and things like this, and on the top of this block you can just place a navigation bar, one of these over here, which will be going inside. So this is the way to make them a part of your design. You can also make them transparent, so the background, and just make it transparent using this one, or as this is not working now, you can just make it transparent using this option, and then as well over here you do the same. But yeah, you can. Is there a way of putting JSON schema code in the background for brick and mortar businesses to be Google friendly? I don't think JSON code is possible now. Schema code, I think you can inside the site settings. You can put in custom code, but I don't think this one is working with JSON. So import any URL in the word editor. Does this mean I can use any site as a template? Yes. Okay. I will go on and actually work with the design now. I don't want to have this video. It is already an hour long. God. Anyway, let's just build this one out. I will be putting in a background image immediately so I can know what I'm working with. So I clicked in this block, in the second block, I will place the background image. I just pulled an image from the free stock photos. I just typed in travel, and then this is where I sourced my my images. I will be using this one, but I already pulled it in to my library, so I don't want to click on it again. So this is the image I will use, and I just click select, cover, and then I just center it so that this person is actually visible between my two content blocks. Okay, now I want to make sure that my text is visible, so I will be working first with the fonts and everything. So make it white, and then I can pull in these details. So I copy over the text. You can just type in your own text, what you want to say, and this text as well, like that. And over here we have our icon list item. And the icons also, you click on the icon and you can edit them using the text field. You add on the color and then resize them using the text field, as you can see here. Okay, so that is done. This color also needs to be changed. And yeah, I'll just leave it as it is. Now the background needs to have an overlay color. So I click on the black one and just increase the transparency so that my text is more visible on the page now. As you can see, if it is white, it is popping out and it is more visible on the page. Okay. The next thing I want to design is this one over here. I will be managing this one as well, but first I designed this one so that it pulls our block a bit bigger. So over here I will make sure that our container over here has we can do it in a container like that. So I pull in an empty container because I want so this is a block. My column will be this one over here. But inside the column, I want to make only a certain part white. I don't want the whole column over here to be white, if you understand me. So the container I will make white and all the other elements inside I will just pull in. So for example, I have my heading element over here. This is going inside this new container that I created. Then the subheading is going inside this container that I created. It is a very, very light dashed outline around this part now. This is representing the actual container. So this one, I will also pull it inside here. Okay, like that. And the last part is this heading at the this text at the bottom. I will just pull it inside this. So now when I click on something, it will be in a container over here, which I can click and I can make white in the background. Okay, this is the text. Sorry, I missed it. Background white. Okay, so this is another bug. It should actually make the whole container white, but as you saw, it is just making this section white. So we will need to do a workaround, and the workaround is to try to make the form container white. Let's try to work. Yeah, so the form container is actually getting the white color, so we'll just pull everything else inside here. Remember guys, this is just a workaround that I'm showing you. I don't want you to be sitting around and just getting frustrated because the page builder has a couple of bugs. It is completely usable even with these bugs. So this is why I'm showing you how to work with it at this moment. So now I made a form container white and I just pulled in all my text elements in there. We can start working with that. So I click on this text part, made it centered, and I want it to be make an appointment. Okay, like that. The lower part will say some filler text. You can use anything that you want here. So this is the heading. I want to center it. Click 2 times on it so that I write in the text inside, and that is it. So the next part is this text over here at the bottom of the button, at the bottom of the form. I will click on it and just paste in the text, also place it in the center. Why I am not immediately designing everything is because I want to just set up first the layout, and then I will be going in there and actually saving the styling so that we can actually work quicker. So I will create a headline with the color that I need, with the font that I need, with the size that I need, and I will save it in this global style. So you will see it. I will do it now. And then I will do the same for the button. So I will save this button, save the styling from it, and then it will be easier for me to just paste in the style on this button and on the other buttons below later on when I'm working with it. Pum pum pum. Okay, so I will be styling in this one. So I want the font to be Poppins, and I will just leave the color as it is. I will leave this size, and I will make this black section. Okay, back section title. Okay, and now the lower part I will also style, make it Poppins. Where it is, here is it. Just a normal, make it one rem, that's fine, and I just want the color to be a bit brighter gray. Perfect. So I will make this one gray section subtitle. Okay, so what I'm actually doing is saving these styles so that I don't need to redo them every time. So I will click on this one, and then again Poppins, and then font type, and then I actually save this too. Now it will be easier for me to work with. So look at this now. I click on this text and I just choose from global styles. I choose the gray section, and now it is actually popping it into the same type of text styling that I already saved from the upper one. I just want this one to be a bit smaller, and then that's it. Very simple. Okay. The next thing I want is to design my forms. As I mentioned, I will show you how to get these icons for your forms, and it is pretty simple. So text icons. Type in text icons into Google, cool symbol, and then you can actually get these. So for example, for the email, you click on it and now it was copied. So we will be going into the email section over here, and just in the placeholder, you can just copy and paste it. Basically, just paste it in this text and click update, and it will be showing up here. It's very simple. It looks better than without it. So another one, just a pencil for your message over here. You click on the message tab, and then over here you just paste in with a pencil. I press a space bar, and then we have this one over here. For the name, I was actually struggling to find a person. In icon world, there is no person for some reason. There is smileys and all kinds of different these people looking icons, but what I found is that if you type in user icons, that you can actually find something awesome. But yeah, I searched for it a long time, and I will be probably popping it inside the the the, the Facebook group. I will just get you that one from the builder itself, because it was a painstaking long time of getting it found. So let me see if I can actually open a new tab of the apps. Is not loading in, maybe because we are already inside. So I'll just paste it in later on. You will find all these three icons in a comment section, and also I will put it inside the presentation that I will be sharing with you. So for the your name, I will paste in later on this user icon. I just need to find it first. Then I want to design it. As you saw over here, it is pretty nicely designed. I will just make the background very bright gray, and I will make the borders around it a bit darker gray, just a 1 pixel border with a bit darker gray over here. Okay, so this is the one shade darker inside this color selector. And the last thing I want it to be is rounded. Okay, so 0.5 rem, it is rounded now. And now inside the text, we want to style to be pop-ins. Okay, like that. You can increase, decrease the font size, but I'm pretty happy how this looks like. But I will not be working with each of these form fields again. I will just save it with form style. Okay, I save it as a form style. Done. So I click on the email, global style, form style, bam. Your message, global style, form style, bam, finished. The only thing I need is just to click on the middle one and then space it out. So once I click on the email, click on spacing, top and bottom margin, I can just simply space it out like this one. Okay, 1.5 is nice. And then the next thing I need to work on is the button. I want the button to be almost full width. And this I achieve by getting the whole column in the middle like this. Actually, not. I forgot that I'm working with the form container. So I will need to figure something else out. This is, your brain starts working when it's filled with bugs and your camera is pointed in your face and you need to actually satisfy 65 people watching live and then also more people watching the replay. So let me just see what I can do in this case. I will book your adventure today. I will just type that one in. Book your adventure today, like that. This is already making it pretty big. And in the design, I will just increase the left and right padding like that. Let's see if I can make the button in the center using this. Nope. And then I will just move it in the middle like this. This is not how I would do it in case we could have made the container color white, but this is just a workaround. But if you listened to me for the first hour and the 17 minutes, I will be sharing out the link to the final site over here. For everybody that is sitting through the first hour of me talking nonsense, I really want you to have something. So you will get this template. It is also fully mobile optimized, and you will be able to actually go out there and build your own website using this one. I don't want to mention every time that I will be giving this templates as a gift, because then people would just take the template and then arrivederci, or maybe they would just come back on the end. So for the people that waited out 1 hour, you'll get this template. You'll just pop it in there. But even though I want you to know how you can work at this moment, because we have a couple of bugs and I want you to be able to create something yourself. So let me just design this button. We put in the colors inside, and we will make it a bit padded on the top and bottom, and then rounded. So let's just do this. So top and bottom padding, we increase this one, let's say like that, maybe a bit more, no, back like that. And then in the borders, we just increase the borders to 0.35. That is looking nice. And the text, I want it to be pop-ins, and I want it to be bold. Yeah, this is looking nicely. So this is the middle element between this one and this one. They're all three very tight together. So I'm choosing the middle element and then coming over here to the spacing and just using the margins top and bottom. I'm just spacing it like that. You can see as I'm spacing everything apart, the whole section, the whole block over here is also being spaced out. So this is why I wanted to first design the form, space it out as it is, and then work on the left hand side part so that I know how to actually edit it like that. Awesome. So I think I have everything done. The only part is that I want to space this one a bit lower like that, and then like that. So I love how this is looking like. And the last thing I want to do is just inside this form container, as you can see, we are in the form container. I want to increase the padding a bit so that the whole section is pushed in a bit. Why is my white part is not moving? But let's just try to work with it as it is. 0.5. Okay, this is not moving away. I was actually working with this one before and it seemed all right, but as you see, it is not quite there. Anyway, we'll just leave it as it is. You will anyway have my my template, so you can just work with that over there, but we'll just leave it as it is now. It is pretty buffed up, but this is how you would work with it. So you would click inside the container and using the spacing, you would just push it together. But actually we can try with the sizing. Okay, max width 50. Let's try this container. 50 or, oh, here we go. So I clicked on the container and then I changed the REM size here. So this is how it goes. Okay, 20 is too pushed together, 30 is fine. Okay, make an appointment. This looks good. This one, this text also needs to be resized. And the spacing now can be just like that. Whew, okay, I thought that I will look like a fool, but now we sorted it out. Yes, happens. The last thing I want to do is space the block section like that. So we leave a bit of space on top and the bottom of this form, so it looks like it's hovering. And we can also click on it and then do a bit of shadow effect so that it is looking like it is actually hovering like that. It is not very strong, but it actually pops out to people that they need to fill this in. Eric is saying thank you for the gift. Yes, I'll be sharing this gift at the end of the presentation. I don't think I will be working through the whole thing, but I will give you a good guide of how to work it. If I would go through everything in the video, it would probably be a 3-4 hour video. So I'll just show you a couple of next blocks how to work with it, and then I will be wrapping this up. So we have now pop-ins. I want to increase the size of it like this. Get ready for your next adventure, and later on we'll be saving it. So pop-ins, I want the text to be normal size, normal weight, and then 1 REM. And then an icon list element also needs to have pop-ins, and then this 1 REM. Okay, I'll just copy over this text and place it inside the icon list item. We'll just press the backspace and the delete button so that only our text is left inside. Once we click out of it, we can actually work with our icon. Our icon needs to be a white check mark. So I click on the icon itself, configure, check, and then we already have it here. We select the white color and then click update. It will be big most probably. It is not big. Perfect. Never mind. So we just click on the list icon element. The list icon is having the icon and the text itself. So this is one element that has two elements inside. So we click on this one and we can easily duplicate it like that. Here we go. And now we just click on the icon. It is also a bug that is happening, and we just resize it so that it is looking like the other ones. This will be fixed once our updates are pushed through, but this is how would you work with it, how you would work with it. So top and bottom margin, we just need to make 1 rem approximately, and then when we click on this text, I want to space these out at the bottom as well, like that. Awesome. So it is looking pretty similar to the one I created. We would just need to have a look how it looks like once it is published, but it is basically how you would work with it. Now, this next part is pretty simple to do. We just type in our text, we style one, we just copy over the rest to copy over the styling on the other ones. So opening hours, we style one, so this will be Poppins, white, 1.25 is fine, and also Monday till Friday, it needs to be white, it needs to be in Poppins, and that's it. The second one is phone number. So you see, there is a bug once I change something on here. Okay, so it is not changing. Once I change the styling, it changed all of these as well. This will not be this way once the software is finished. You would be able to actually style every one of these separately, but this could, it just shortened the time of our build. So I'll just click on this one, click on the configure, so that we are configuring the icon. This will be for a phone, like that, white, okay, and it needs to say phone number, like that, and then we'll just type in our phone number. This is just a dummy phone number I took. It is not a real number in case you try to call it. Okay. Next one is email address. We just type in the text, email address. We search for an icon envelope like that. White is good. Email address, we'll just type in here info at travel. So this, guys, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'm doing a lemon travel agency website. This can say hairdresser, hair salon, and then you make an appointment and then get your next haircut with us or something like this. We're fast, we're great, we have all the knowledge in the world, whatever. You can just put in different images, put in your brand colors, put in your text, voila, and then you're good to go. You can modify this to be as you wish. It doesn't, I'm just talking about travel agency as an example, but it can be anything that you want it to say. Okay, so over here I will say our location. Over here the icon needs to be a pin or a map. Yeah, here, this one. So when you type in map, you can find that like that, or location, and in the lower part I will just type in 123 Groove Street, London. I don't think there is a street like that in London, but this is just for this example. So how we actually separate it so it is not so pushed together is I usually choose a middle one, and then I separate it with margins left and right like that. Let's say 1.5, and the only one I need to just modify is this last one. I will just put spacing margin on the right only, and then 1.5 is over here. Here we go. So it is looking pretty nice. It is looking very similar to the one I have over here. I just made, I think, bigger font and then pushed it a bit more away from each other, but this is fine. So as you remember, we saved the styling from here. I will just apply it over here. So black section title like that. I just increase the font that I want, let's say 225, and below we need a subheading, which I had somewhere over here. Here we go. It is white, but I want it to be this style that we saved, gray section subtitle. Okay. And then in here, we'll just put some dummy text like that. And then pum, pum. I have been using only block container elements. Is it okay that I don't use a single layout? Is it a big deal if I don't use a layout? It is not. You can do more with a layout. For example, this one you can do with separate columns. So you, for example, can use a wireframe block that has 1, 2, 3, 4 columns like this one, but it is more styling on your end. I just designed one column and just duplicated the elements inside one, so actually one block. I duplicated the elements inside the block. I didn't duplicate the columns. So you can work with these ones using these layout options. You can achieve more. Okay, so that is it. In here, I will be placing in my image. Okay, this will be for the insurance that I did. Okay, update. And then on the image, I also rounded the borders of it. So I put 0.35 for the rounded borders. It is having a bit of a rounded effect. It looks a bit cleaner, in my opinion. Over here, as you remember, we will just copy over our style, black section title like that. And then in the text, I'll just paste in our subtitle, maybe make it line height tight, and maybe just duplicate this over one time that there is a bit more text on it. Yeah, it is looking pretty good. Over here, I'll place in the second image, which is this one for the planning. Again, borders 0.35. We just click on this text, we use the black section title, we click on the description below, we use the gray section title, we paste in our text over here like that, and line height tight. That's it. The third one as well, configure choose image. We will be placing in our third image for the ticket management like that. And then it is pretty simple actually to apply the text black section title in here. We will put in this one, and then we will apply global style gray section title, and then just line height is tight. Voila. Now the only thing is I need to change private insurance like that, and it copies over also a couple of spaces. So just make sure you delete those spaces, and we can just simply change our text color over here, travel planning. I am doing it a bit quicker, guys, because it is very repetitive work. Sometimes it is boring to watch videos like this, but I guess people are watching also other people when they are playing games, which I don't actually understand. Why don't you just play that game online? And this is a big thing. People are making a lot of money by making videos of them playing games. I am making my money from making videos where I'm building websites. I think this is more educational and more can be learned from it, but it's just my thing. So I think this section is done. It is looking pretty similarly. Let's just head over to the next section, our lovely staff members. Okay, I'll just copy over this text, place it in like that, delete everything before, and just apply the section title, make it maybe a bit bigger. Yeah, 2.25, that's looking good. And then also lorem ipsum text, we just changed this one to the gray section. Okay, over here, we want it to be left aligned and then increase the font a bit. That's basically it. Kimberly saying, lol, I do not get it either, but hey, to each their own. I'd rather play a game myself. Yep. You can take all day doing your tutorials. Yes, so I when I was even a kid, I never liked playing games. When I was 11 years old, I built my first forum, not from scratch. It was a site similar to this one, where it's actually a platform where you build out your forum. My forum was about illegal downloading of software. I'm not very happy about it, but hey, somebody has to start somewhere, or everybody needs to start somewhere. So this is where I got into the design and the building out sites and things like this. I was actually, after school, while my parents were still at work, I I was actually I stole their login details for the computer. We only had one family computer, and this is where I stole the password just to make my forum go live. And at the pinnacle of my forum career, it had approximately 1,000 users, which I'm very proud of. And this was my start. So later on, I built out websites. It was just nonsense websites. I didn't have anything special to say. I was just, hey, my name is Dave. You know, when you start a blog, and then you don't know what to write about, so you write about yourself because you think you're so cool. But yeah, this was my start. So, and yeah, I actually pretty much enjoyed my career of hiding from my parents while designing this awesome stuff. So this got me here, which I cannot say anything bad about. So while I was talking, I was just designing these icon list items and just putting in the colors and the same styling. I can relate. Ryan says, Kimberly saying, cool, I started programming at 12, building dungeon games. Ooh, look left, look right, the games you imagine in your head. Correct. So I guess, Kimberly, you're like a developer, huh? So you can actually create your own stuff. I never was able to focus enough so that I build out my own programs and things like this. I was just very very active in the visual way and never can focus on a code. But coming back to this button, I want to just save the style of the button. So I click on this button over here, and I want to just create a new style, which is called button. Here we go. Come on. Okay, it is a bit slow. It doesn't matter. We'll just work with what we got. So button, just click on the button, and then we have it here. We want to say learn more. Learn more. Perfect. We will just increase the text a bit, and then we will make the spacing a bit smaller like that. The hideout blogging dragon. Yeah. My son David did the same thing. He was very good at it. Awesome. Um, Here we go. I have a question. May I know how can we use the forms in Groove? Because when I fill in the credentials, it just refreshes the page and I can't see any credentials corrected for my. Okay, I will design this part and then I will go and show you how to actually connect your forms. A lot of people are waiting for that part. So in here, I actually did a trick. This one is not an image. This one is just a container. So you see here, when I click on the container, I will put the image to be as a background. So look at this one. This is a trick where you want to have an image and something on the image. So I will use this image over here, and then on it, I can pull an element which will be an icon. Because this is just a container, I can place an element on it. So the container, I need to make sure that I align vertically in the center. So my icon is actually in the middle. Um, mm, or you can use an icon, which in my case, I made a mistake. I just used a rounded image. So the icon I will delete. It was a rounded image where I place in an image of a play button. This is how a button looks like. Nothing special. White circle with a triangle inside. Very simple. I designed this in Canva as well, and then I will just size it to be a bit smaller. When you're working with rounded images, you just make it 8 on the width and also 8 in the height. So it needs to be resized from the height and the width perspective. It needs to be the same because it has to be round. So now I like how this looks like, and this will be our actual image. What I will also do is put a shadow behind it, something like this, or maybe an Excel, something like it. So this looks more like an image that is on top of the page, something like this. You see, it looks pretty cool. And the last thing I want to do is put the block background white, because I want to design my page that is dark, then red, then gray, then white, then gray, then white, then gray, then white, and so on. So this is how I actually like to see websites separated visually. You can simply follow it. Um, I will just click over here and then put on some spacing on the top and bottom of it, like that. And this one actually has a bit of spacing. Oh, not that, but the whole thing here, which I will just remove like that. Here we go. So this is looking nice, and I am finished with this part. So a lot of people were asking how to actually set up this form. So I think I will not be designing onwards this section. I will be showing you how to actually connect your form now. So when you are working with a form, you need to come and actually configure it. So if you're asking in this form field for a name, you need to tell what the form field will be actually doing, what information it will be collecting. So I want to collect name. Also, input name needs to be the same. So name. Here, somebody asked me, I think Kimberly asked me if I can add validation rules. Here, you add the validation rules and the name is text. And I can also say input cannot be empty. Okay, so I click the update. Once this button comes pink again, it has been updated. Here we go. So now I can move to the next one. Here I am asking for an email address. So I will type in email, all small letters, email as well here, and then add validation rule, and the input type needs to be an email. And then also it cannot be empty. Okay. Good. Then the message. So I will just type in message here as well, message, and then placeholder is basically the text that is showing up inside. Text area is required that they cannot click the button without actually filling out all 3 of these. So my button is back. Let me just save it. And now the next thing is to set up an integration. At this point, we still don't have our email, so basically Groove Mail or Groove Member or a place where we can collect all this information. However, we have something that we can use to our advantage, and it is actually free. So once you come over here to the upper right hand side hamburger menu, click the My Integration, and we can actually set up Zapier. Zapier is like a connection platform which connects GrooveFunnels to somewhere else. So we will just set up a new Zapier, which will be called Travel Agency Form Zap. Okay, you can add on any name, it doesn't matter. There is no information that you need to place from Zapier itself. Okay, it seems that this integration is not working. Let me try to refresh the page. I will just publish it first. Eric is saying, please finish the landing page. I think I would. I don't think this is a good idea because this would be a 3-hour video, but I'll give my best to do as much as possible. So yeah, I published it just to make sure in case something happens. If I refresh, then I don't have any problems with it later on. Okay, I still am live. Let me just try to do the integration again. So travel agency Zap. Try to edit. It's actually not working, so we'll use a Zap that I already have inside here. So when you want to set up an integration, this with a Zapier, this is just permanent, this is just temporary, sorry, because of these bugs that are happening. We have an awesome team of designers and developers and all kinds of things that are working on fixing this one and also pushing out new updates for you. But you need to click anywhere inside here, and then in the configure you can actually set up the integration. I will set up the Zap plus Gmail because I cannot set up a new one, and this will be my integration. And then in here, thank you page, in case you want to send the people somewhere else, in case you want to send them to your affiliate link, for example, so they sign up for GrooveFunnels affiliate link, or you want to send them to a thank you page where you actually give them a bonus or give them more information or give them the option to purchase something from you. You can actually set this up here with a page or URL, or you want to actually give them a discount using a pop-up or something else. I will not set up anything at this point, but this is where you would set it up. Okay, click update and then actually publish the page. Kimberly is asking where she can get this gift template. I will be sharing a link with you and also explaining it how you can actually import it into your own GroovePages account. So this is now, I set up the Zapier integration, and I will click publish, and then we will go and test it out. So I will go over here. I will just type in some. So this is an actual published page. This is how it looks like. Okay, I will just type in my name, David Lemon. I don't know how to type my name. Okay, email David at Groove Digital. Here the message will be testing. Okay, and then book your adventure. Sending successfully sent. So this is the information we need. Now the next thing is to go to Zapier. Zapier.com. This is a platform that is very useful for connecting different apps. You can sign up for a free account. A free account can get you 100 tasks and 5 zaps. So one function is called a zap, but different tasks, for example, take this information, put it here, this is a task. So you can create on the free plan, you can create 5 zaps and you can have up to 100 tasks. So we will be creating a new Zap. You can click over here or make a Zap. Once you registered, once you log in, this is what you would see. I was already using GrooveFunnels, so if you don't see it here, you just type in Groove, like that. GrooveFunnels, click on it. This is the action, so new form submission. We don't have at this point any other action, only new form submission. Let me just make it bigger for you. I don't want to give my opinion on it. And then we can continue. So this is the only event that we can choose. You can choose in your own GrooveFunnels account. It will actually ask you to log in from Zapier. You will need to log into your GrooveFunnels account. You will be choosing your account. Once you connected, you click continue. And then here in this value, in this customized data, it is looking for the integrations that you have set up. You remember I was trying to set up a travel agency Zap. If I would have managed to do it, it would show up over here. Zap, it would show up next to this one. Sorry, if as I wasn't able to do it, I can only have this one because I set this up previously. Click continue. And then here we are actually testing the trigger, which is testing what information the connection found. So let me just show you what this means. Okay, so it found information that was pulled in 5 seconds ago, and he found that the name is David Lemon. The email is what I typed in, and message was testing. This is what it found that was pushed on when we tested this one out. You remember we typed in all this together, we sent the information, and now Zapier actually found this information that it was forwarded. So we need to have all these three. So in case you have 3 form fields, you need to see here 3 form fields. So you need to see all of them. So name, email, and message. Okay. In case you are setting up the one at the bottom, which is saying name, email, phone, and message, you will need to see all of these over here. So name, email, phone, and message. But at this moment, we only have 3. So we are seeing all of these. So we found the information from GrooveFunnels. Now we need to actually do something with it. So you can choose if you want to put it to Google Sheet. Let's say in a sheet style, you're connecting the emails, you're connecting the names and the messages that people are sending. You can also send yourself an email. Hey, this person left a comment or contacted you on your website or something like this. So here you actually choose. I will just try it out, send an email, continue, and then I will choose my Gmail account. I just set up an account that I'm using for testing things out, and then continue. So this will be going to the to section. In case you want to send an email to the person that filled out the form, you can also send an email like, thank you very much, we received your submission, we received your question, somebody will be back very shortly. So you can also set this up, but in this case I will be sending it to myself. So I know my email is david@groovedigital.com. Okay, so this is where I want the message that I receive from the website to be sent to. Okay, you can send to a carbon copy or a hidden basically person that will not, the person you are sending it will not see who else it was sent to. From, you set this up, you can set it up from yourself or from somebody else. You set up your name, so I will just type it in, David Lemon. Okay, reply to, I'll just type in David at groovedigital.com. Okay, so in case somebody replies to that email, this is where the reply to this is where the email would go to. And then here, the subject, what I would do is this, the name, left or fill out the form on your site. something like this. So if Jennifer fills out the form, you will receive Jennifer filled out the form on your site, or Jennifer Lawrence filled out the form on your site, because it depends how they pull in the name. If they pull in the full name, or if they just put in the first name, it depends. This is how it would look like. Okay, so that is it. Body, you can put plain or HTML, in case you're planning to do some sort of styling with colorful buttons and things like this. I don't plan to do that, so I'll just keep it plain. So here you actually type in your website, travel agency.com, receive form submission, or something like this. It's just for yourself in this case. And then here you select the name. You can also type in name, column, email, column, and then you click on the show all options, and you can see here the email. Then the next one is message, that, and then here, this is where you type in click the message. Okay, that is it. I'm happy with this one. You can set up your signature. You can also choose the label if you want to tag this email, if you want to send attachments with it or something. And then I don't want to do that, so I will just test it out. So I should receive an email to this email address, david@groovedigital.com, from this person with these details over here. Okay, so let's just test it out and continue. You will see here, if when we receive, this will pop up as a number 4. Here we go, number 4. And David Lemon filled out the form on your site. Your website, travelagency.com, received a form submission. Name, David Lemon. Email, david@groovedigital.com. Message, testing. So this is how simple it is to set up Zapier to receive actual emails. In case you have a paid Zapier plan, you can do more. So for example, now I received this information, I sent out an email, but I also want to connect this information in a Google Sheet, for example. So I just click the plus button, I say Google Sheet, create a spreadsheet row, continue, choose your account. This is the test account I have set up. You choose your drive, or where you have your sheet stored. I will have, basically, you will choose your spreadsheet. So let's just create a spreadsheet for this purpose only, so that I actually show you exactly how it would look like. So this will be my travel agency spreadsheet. Here I want the name, here I want email, and here I want the message. Okay, so you need to fill in these column names so that Zapier can actually find it. So choose value. I want it to load more. It is actually not loading in. Oh, here we go. Travel agency spreadsheet. Worksheet. So I just only have one sheet inside the spreadsheet. And now here we can set up where the name is going. So the name will be going in from new form submission. Here. There we go. So these are basically the forms that we set up here. This is the name, email, message. And inside here we see name, email, message. We just need to make sure that Zapier knows what information is going where. So in the email, we want the email to go. In the message, we want the message to go. Okay. And then continue. And then test and continue. And we should have it filled out. You see? So this information actually came in. So That's it, basically. If somebody fills out the form on your site using Zapier, now we connected it to Gmail and also to a Google spreadsheet, so we can follow everything that is happening with this website. So let me just test it out and then just do another one. So let's just say Jennifer Lawrence. Lawrence, okay. So the email will be um, jen dot gmail.com. Because we turned on the validation, it actually says this is not a valid email, so please type in a valid email. So jen at gmail, and now it disappeared. So now I will paste in some rubbish gibberish text like that, and then we'll sending it again. Successfully sent. We'll wait for my email to come. It's saying 3. Now we wait for 4. It should pop up any moment. And actually, once we receive this this email, we should have it also set up over here if everything goes as planned. Ooh, or actually it doesn't, because we need to turn on the Zap. Sorry, my bad. We need to actually turn on the Zap for this one to work. Okay, because I finished my trial, I cannot set this up anymore, so we'll just need to delete this one, but I will show you with this. Turn on the Zap, so now we'll have a new form submission. It will send it to our Gmail, and now actually if we send this, it will be showing up here as a number 4 in any second. Let me just go through the questions. Can you have multiple integration connections in Groove to Zapier? Like if you have separate Zapier account for each website domain you have. I am not quite sure what you are asking, but you can have as many integrations as you'd like. Basically, there's no limit. Okay, so Jennifer Lawrence filled out the form. Here we go. Jen at Gmail message. This is where we got the message. So this is Jimmy, and everybody that was asking how to actually receive it in your email. This is a way to do it, and it is free, and you can start using it immediately. So that is about that. Can we animate a play button? I actually animated it here in this one. The only thing I did, it's pretty simple. I clicked on this one. So this is an image, as you see, and the hover. I clicked on the hover, and then in the spacing, I just pushed it in like that. So when you actually hover on it, it actually pushes it in. So it's a fun way where you can play with it. Also, you can add on a shadow in there, for example. When you hover on it, it doesn't look actually good with a shadow, so let's just remove it. But this is pretty cool. When you hover it, it is like animation, but you can do this one. If you're asking for animation that is built into the software, we don't have it yet. There will be there are feature requests where people ask for animations. You can go to feedback.groovefunnels.com and upvote it, but in case you are looking for animations, what I can suggest you is to do it using custom CSS. So you actually click on the element, and using custom CSS, if you know it, you can animate your buttons and other elements on the page. So using CSS, it is using this type of thing, using a hover effect, it is, but we don't have it built in. So that's basically it. Yeah, so this is my website. It is a 2-hour video already. I'm sorry, Eric, but I will not be finishing the website. It is pretty simple. You basically create one of these, you make it white, you change the image, you actually push up the image. I will show you. So I didn't do anything special in these testimonials over here. I just created everything white, just made these stars smaller and changed the names over here. And what I did is I clicked on the image itself, and using the spacing, I made margins negative, and I just pulled it up like that. And then everything else I pushed below. So now the image is on the border of this box. The next thing I just filled out is the icons, text. Also here some text. I will actually show how I did the parallax effect on this part. So let me just copy over the text over here. I'll space in and the image that I want. So this is my image that I want to be in the background. I will also put some color overlay on the image. And then I forgot the most important part. Background needs to be parallax. So once this is turned on, as you can see, the image is staying on the same place, but everything else is scrolling away. So I will be just pasting in the text that I've copied over, applying the style, applying the black section title, and just changing the color to white, and then this one as well. So I just click on the lorem ipsum text, global style, gray section, bam, also put it to white. And then the buttons, you already know how to set up the buttons. In here I just created this simple button and did an outline with green, and over here just moved away the background inside, and that's it. Everything else is pretty straightforward. So icons, text, over here you place in the icons that you want, and that is it. I don't want this to be 4-hour video because the first 2 blocks that we did already went through everything that you would need to know: choosing the icons, choosing the images, putting in the spacing, choosing the colors, pasting in the style that we copied over. So I think you are ready to actually get the link, and I will be also sharing it over here. So let me just copy it and then paste it inside the Facebook group. I have Michael Seeley asking menu drop downs, how to make silo menu item that when clicked just drops down other page options without the menu name also being a page. So look at this one. When you go over here and actually edit the navigation menu, so you click on the navigation menu here in the configure, you can choose which pages to exclude. So I don't want the home and page to be here, but I want external links, and this will be the links where I can link up to different sections. For example, the first section I want it to be this one, which would be the discover our services. So I would type in here services, okay, and then attach link to block number 1, 2, 3, 4. So the block number 4, okay. Then the next section would be for the section testimonials, for example. So I would come over here, testimonials, like that, link it to block number. This is 4, 5, 6. Testimonials to block number 6. Then the next one would be basically the contact, and that would be over here, contact. That would be, this is 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be the block number 9, like that. Okay, update. And now, as if you want, you can see their services, testimonial, contacts. These are the 3 links that we set it up now. So I hid pages to exclude, home and then page 2, and then the rest I actually linked up to different blocks on the page. So let me just save and publish it and then show you how it would look like live. Um, this way. I did, yeah. Eldon is saying David did a tutorial video on this already, but for the people that don't know, this is how you would do it. So as you can see now, we have services. Once we click, it scrolls down to the services, testimonials, and then contact, which is not set up yet. But yeah, this is how it works. You can also link in the book now button to go to a new page or a pop-up that has a similar looking form on it or something like this. But this is how you could set it up. What I want to do is I want to wrap this video up because it is now already 2 hours. But as you were listening to me for all this time, I want to give you this link. This is the link to actually get the the code. So I will show you how you actually pop it in to your own site. So in case you have your in case you click on that link that I shared with you, you need to make sure you have an empty GroovePages editor like that. Then you would go to the page that I shared with you, and then right click and view page source. Okay, view page source. Now you can see it needs to say doc type HTML. In case you clicked on any other button, view page something, view frame source or anything else, it will not give you this. It needs to say doc type HTML. So you click Control A, Control C, or Command A, Command C on Mac, and then you pop it into this editor. You need to click next to the save this page source button, and this is where you paste it in. Okay, once you have saved it, this is how it shows up actually. So now you can click into every single detail and then set it up for yourself. This is a gift for staying so long, and thank you very much for that one. And cannot see the link in the chat. I actually posted it. I will also be sharing the presentation with you so you can click it from here. Also, I will put it in the presentation, the 3 icons that I mentioned that I will give you, which are used on this page for the user, email, and the message. Also, there is another one at the bottom. I will give you for a phone number in case you decide to put in a phone icon for this over here. Good. So I think you will make this template used for your own niche. Please, I want you to come on Wednesday and then show me what you created with this template. It is actually done for you. Everything is done here. You click on the testimonials, it actually goes down to the testimonial. It actually didn't, but the contact, it goes to contact. There is some things that needs to be fixed. For example, this testimonials click, it doesn't go to the testimonials, it should be here. But this is fixable. You can do this yourself. Now you have all this information. Connect it to Zapier. Just make sure these forms are set up correctly. Click somewhere in the middle, set it up to Zapier, receive these information from the people that will be coming to your site, and let's get your business up and running. Let's get you moving. Let's get you in the business. And also this is actually fully mobile responsive. As you can see, you can click on it, all your menu items will be here. The page is looking pretty nice on smaller devices as well, so use it. And then I hope you your voice sounds so nice and relaxed. Thank you for your explanation. You're very welcome. But yeah, so use it please, and come on Wednesday to the show and tell. I really hope you will be there and then show me what you used this template for. It is already done for you. You just need to change your colors, change your images, and change your details, and like text, and basically that is it. Put in your details in the Google map. It's pretty simple. You click on it, configure, you just type in the location, you type in your address. For example, Big Ben, London. type correctly, London update, and it will actually find the Big Ben in London, because you give him the information, you give him the location, and he will know. Just very simple. You can also set this contact us page similarly to the one that we did using a Zapier integration. You can set up a different Zap, make this one your lead capture, for getting business, and this one for other questions. Use this template to the best of your knowledge, and let's get your business up and running. So yeah, that is it. Please let me know in the comments in case you enjoyed it, in case I missed something, in case I should have added on something and mentioned something else. um, in case I see your comment and I forgot to mention something in the live stream, then I will be answering you in the comment. So yeah, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this session. We didn't manage to build it out fully. It would be a 4-hour video, and I don't want to steal all your morning or evening or afternoon. So yeah, just use the template. In case you have questions, feel free to ask me anytime in the Facebook group. I will be happy to help you. But yeah, that is it. I hope you will be enjoying this template, and then please come on Wednesday, show me what you did with it. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you will be successful in setting up your page, and if you need any help, please let me know. Again, thank you. Bye.